Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about a popular YouTube video. Sargon of Akkad debated butchered that name, Andrew Anglin on Baked Alaska's channel several days ago, might have been a week ago. And this debate was very, very telling because you get to see how much of a fucking racist Andrew Anglin is. He is the founder of the Stormfront website, which are basically neo-Nazis. And you can say, oh, you're comparing your people you don't agree with Nazis. Oh, you're just perpetuating. That's what everyone on the internet does. They call everyone Hitler. It's just like, if I took a list of all the statements he made during the first roughly hour and a half that I watched the debate, because after that, I didn't review that part. This is just reviewing the first hour and a half. Because really there's enough points that I noted in the first hour and a half to actually make a whole video. So the whole point of this video is to show how Andrew Anglin is a fucking dumbass. And he writes these neo-Nazi articles on his website. You know, he thinks the Jews orchestrate all these tragedies. He believes that white people are superior to minorities, and that we should kick all minorities out of the U.S. to make a white ethnostate is the term he uses. And it's just, oh my god, it is so hard to listen to this guy go on and on and on and on, spouting the most racist bullshit. Like, he doesn't even shy away. He doesn't act like he's not racist. He never says, oh, I'm not racist. No, he openly admits to being a racist. He openly admits that he judges minorities based on stereotypes and what the majority of them do, is therefore all of them do that. He judges them as one collective group. He thinks that white people are superior to minorities, that they're smarter, that they're stronger, whatever, just flat out better. Stuff like that. So he doesn't deny his racism. He just says, oh, it's justified because of X, Y, Z, IQ, civil history, whatever. You know, like he justifies it all this time. So he's not denying that. But just, this guy is so far radical right that I have to point him out. And the fact that his website is growing, that his influence is growing, that's the concerning part. We have to shut these guys down right now, and not by censoring them. No, I don't support censors. They should be on YouTube to fully expose their retarded ideologies that people can pick it apart and demolish it point by point, as Sargon did. So I just went ahead and added my own notes to this to show just how he is categorically wrong on almost every single thing that he talked with Sargon on. Sargon started off a little weak because I wasn't sure he was aware of the real intent of the video. But once he realized, okay, yeah, I'm going to have to debate this guy even though I don't particularly want to, he just destroyed this guy point after point after point. And this guy just had no idea to react. He strawmanned Sargon the entire time, saying that he didn't care what happened to white people and that he supports mass immigration. He continuously said that. And Sargon's like, dude, have you looked at my channel? I continually rage against both of those all the time. And then he constantly deflected questions as Sargon asked. He was the master deflector. That's all he did, was just deflect, never answer truthfully. It just went on and on and on and on. Like, Sargon has the patience of a saint to deal with these fucking retards. You know, it's hard for me to watch it, much less conduct it for 5+ hours. So we're going to go through this. I marked the exact times in which Andrew Anglin said these statements because downloading the entire stream and then editing it in the video would take forever because it's 5 hours. So I'm going to leave the link in the description as always, and then I'll have the time markers right here that I'm going to say. So the first one he asked, at 4 minutes and 43 seconds, do white people have the right to their own country? What he means by that, he doesn't actually mean what he's asking. What he means was, do white people have the right to kick out minorities and form their ethnostate where whites are like 99%, like as much as a majority they can be? There's always going to be outliers. Do they have the right to do that, to make a country just for white people that has like a caste system with white people at the top and everyone else at the bottom? That's what he means by, do white people have a right to their own country? It doesn't mean can white people live where they want as long as they follow the immigration laws and all that stuff, you know, and don't break the law. Can they form their own country? They are allowed to associate the way they want. It's like, of course white people are able to do that. Every single race has the right to do that. That's what makes this country great. You know, this country sucks in many regards. But that's one of the ways that we have freedom of assembly. It's part of the First Amendment. But what he means is, do white people have the right to make a racist, white supremacist ethnostate? And the answer is, of course, no, they don't. No one has a right. Where are you getting this right? He says, well, every ethnicity does this, every country does this, every group of people does it. No, they don't. They really fucking don't, Andrew. And that shows you're oversimplifying the world. You don't understand the world, so you're oversimplifying it by saying that every other country or racial group does this too. First of all, that's not even right. There are many countries that are democratic, that have a majority ethnic group, obviously, but the country was not made for that ethnic group. Historically, yes. It may be in the past we're taking all these different countries in the context. But the idea of nationalism and civic nationalism does not include race. So no, not every country does it. Lots of countries do. It doesn't make it right. That's the second part. Even if other countries does it, that doesn't mean it's right. We can't just say, well, other countries do it, so it's okay and we do it. No, we have this thing called the Constitution. That's what makes our country different than any other countries. They have documents. We have our own, this specific document. No other country is based off this specific Constitution. They take lots of aspects from it, but that's not the point. We're getting distracted here. So we are supposed to follow this one document only, that prevents people from doing whatever they want with government. They're just like, well, I think the government should do that. It's like, okay, that's great, but that's not, the government is not supposed to do what you think it should do. It should follow the Constitution, whether you like it or not. So no, they don't have the right to do that. They don't have the right to take people's citizenship just because there are certain ethnic groups. They've done nothing wrong, committing no crime, just minding their own business. He's like, you're a minority, I want you out of my country, so I'm going to take away your citizenship. And I'm deny your right to work, get through all this. But yet, at $8, man, I'm screwing this up so bad. At 8 minutes and 40 seconds, he says, I don't want to take anyone's rights away. It is physically fucking impossible to create a white ethnostate the way he wants without people taking their rights away. He is so fucking retarded. He doesn't stand by his ideals, his neo-Nazi white supremacist ideals. He always acts like he's innocent. He's just trying to help people out. He doesn't want to cause any violence. Like, oh, I don't want to take anyone's rights away, fully knowing that if they implemented his policies the exact way, like if it goes 100% his way, like literally nothing goes wrong, that is still taking people's rights away. He doesn't view taking away minorities' property rights, for example, whenever they kick them out of the country and take away their property or their businesses, whatever. He doesn't view as that taking people's rights away because he doesn't consider minorities humans, like people. That's why I don't want to take any person's rights away, because he's only including white people in this. How can you possibly take away a minority's right to property, right to assemble, right to practice their own religion, right to bear arms, whatever? All of these rights are guaranteed by the Constitution to American citizens. He wants to get rid of all that and create his white ethnostate. Yet he has the gall to sit there and act totally innocent, like he's doing nothing wrong. Like, I don't want to take anyone's rights away. And Sargon called him dishonest for this, and that is completely fucking accurate. He is such a liar. He knows he's a liar. He's like no innocent, like he doesn't want to do anything. And it's just like, no, you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you're fucking doing. And the fact that you think anyone is buying your act is completely retarded. That's why your following is retarded. That's why the vast majority of Americans do not agree with your ideas and never fucking will, because they see you as a fraud. They can see right through it. It's so easy. Then at 9 minutes and 3 seconds, he says, I believe in the Constitution. And it's just like, you openly are advocating for taking away constitutional rights for minorities in order to create your white ethnostate, and then half a minute later, you say, oh, I believe the Constitution. Like, how dumb do you think people are? I know your following is dumb. You fooled your followers, your other storm fags, as it's being called on the internet, because they are fucking fags. And the neo-Nazi groups that you openly support. Yeah, you fooled them. You fooled some few dumb people. You think the vast majority of Americans are going to support this? You think enough people are going to support this to actually launch a stupid little revolution of a white ethnostate? You know, get fucked, man. No, you're not. When you openly say such bullshit like that, people are going to see right fucking through it. He also said in that same sense that he wants to go back to the 1700s. He openly admits he wants to go back to a time where there is a caste system based on race, and white people at the top and everyone else is at the bottom. He openly admits to wanting to do that. He doesn't think it's a bad idea, because white people are better than everyone else. How, if you have a country of the best people, how could it go wrong in his eyes? That's what he's thinking. At 21 minutes and 8 seconds, he says the 1965 Immigration Act Let in a bunch of people that did not belong in this country. That's his exact wording. I'm putting the minute markers and second markers on here so you can look and go wherever you want and see the full context of these phrases. Don't say I'm taking them out of context. I'm using his exact words. Letting a bunch of people that do not belong in this country. What is your standard for who belongs in this country according to our legal documents? See, I base my opinion on how our country acts based on actual legal and founding documents, unlike you, who just think of this racist fucking storm fag bullshit and just bypass the Constitution. I know it's best for the government, better than the founding fathers did. Let's go back to the point. Who judges who should not be allowed in this country, who does not belong in this country? Well, if you look at the legal and founding documents, there is no racial aspect to who belongs in this country. Just a hardworking person who doesn't have a criminal record and passes the immigration laws and passes the test and does all the paperwork. That's it. Those are the only requirements. Made in the 1700s, where he wants to go back to, like he doesn't even understand history correctly. There are no racial bias when it comes to who should belong in this country. It's people who can benefit our society. And that there's no, like, little verbiage in the Constitution that says, we only want white people to come, don't let in a bunch of darkies. Like, nowhere in immigration laws, nowhere in the legal found documents does it say that. You would want it to say that, though. But unfortunately, history does not exist the way he thinks it does. At 25 minutes and 35 seconds, he says that minorities are replacing and displacing white people and taking their jobs. They took our jobs! Burp, burp, burp. Like he's fulfilling a South Park stereotype, and he doesn't even realize the irony of it. Can you tell me, Andrew Anglin, I can't even say your name right because it's too retarded. Andrew Anglin. Can you tell me where in the entire fucking U.S. are minorities replacing white people, like kicking them out of their homes, doing home evictions, throwing them out in their bathrobes onto the street, and taking over their neighborhoods by force, like in a war or something? Where are they doing that? They're not doing it anywhere in the fucking U.S., you fucking scumbag piece of shit. I can't believe we're so retarded. I actually think this is happening here. When he says replacing and displacing white people, what he means is the demographics of a neighborhood slowly evolve over time, which a neighborhood or city or whatever is majority white. As more minorities coming, the percentage of the Americans grow by the year. So odds are when people move, it's going to be minority, a more likely chance that it's minority. So this town is majority white. Over time, the white people move to some others, to like a poor neighborhood, to a rich neighborhood, different neighborhood, whatever. And then the demographics change over time. Completely peaceful, completely lawful. His displacement is minorities buying houses from white people and the white people moving somewhere else. He thinks that's displacement. Excuse me. Where everyone is voluntarily doing these actions. The white people are choosing to leave. The minorities are choosing to come in. There is no replacing or displacing anyone. If the white people wanted to, they could stay, and they do. There are plenty of minority-majority neighborhoods in the U.S. that have a few white people. They don't mind living there. They're not racist like Andrew Anglin is, and it judges their neighbors by the color of their skin. They're like, okay, yeah, the demographics of my neighborhood has changed. Wow, I can go on living my life the exact same way I did before, because as long as they don't break the law and, break HOA rules, and I don't give a flaming fuck, because I don't judge people by the color of their skin. Andrew Anglin was like a bombshell for you to fucking figure that out. And taking our jobs, like he's not talking about taking white people's jobs. There are no jobs that are inherently for white people. We don't just get jobs because of the color of our skin. No, you have to compete with other people in a capitalist society, a capitalist system, which you know you hate. That means you have to compete with minorities for your jobs. And no, it's competition. No, there's no job. Just because this is a nice, comfortable job doesn't mean it's inherently for white people, and then it should be reserved for white people. Minorities shouldn't be able to apply to it. Now, let's be a fucking racist, you asshole. If you can't beat minorities to get your job, and if free and fair, I'm not talking about having affirmative action equal opportunity, because that's getting racial preference. I'm talking about completely level playing field. If you go up against a minority for a job and they win, That's capitalism. The best person got the job. That's good for the economy. I'm sorry that you didn't get the job. I know it sucks not getting a job. Don't get me wrong, look for 5 years to get a job. But I think you're so fucking goddamn special that jobs should be reserved for white people. Minorities shouldn't be able to apply for it. If they're so dumb, then how are they beating you for your jobs, man? At 29 minutes and 35 seconds, he talks about if he enacts his white supremacist plans and people resist with violence, with guns, with arms, as many of them logically would if you just evict them to take away their property and say, get out of here, or take away their right to work, as he talked, like taking away all their rights and displacing from their homes. He doesn't think an uprising will start because of this. So he counters that with saying, oh, the violence is up on the people once we enact our policy. So any violence that we are causing by kicking people out of their homes and taking away their rights, and like they can't work, they can't own property, and then they attack. That's their fault. It's like a bully beating the crap out of someone, saying it's your fault I'm doing this. He is so batshit crazy. He is totally for the government enacting violence, and he doesn't deny that. But kicking people out of their property, that is inherently violent. You're taking away their rights, you're taking away the things they lawfully earned through buying it or running a business and owning a business. They lawfully did that, and you come in here like the racist fucking scumbag you are and say, white people are better than brown people, so we're going to kick you out and take all your property. Like, what a fucking asshole. At 30 minutes and 50 seconds, he asks, non-ironically, whenever Sargon says that this plan will result in people resisting with guns, he asked, like, with sincerity, who would be resisting us with guns? Like, he honestly doesn't fucking know? Are you that fucking dumb? The minorities will be fighting you with guns. Lots of white people who will see your, like the military, a huge uprising in the military, because the soldiers see this and say, you're breaking the Constitution. You're attacking my neighbor. You're attacking our fellow soldiers who are minorities. We're not going to do that. They're going to turn on you guys. Lots of white people who actually stand up for other people's rights and actually are non-fucking racist are going to take up arms against you too. You'll be creating the second civil war if you do this. And to think that every single white person is going to be on board with your plans? I don't know if you count me as white because I'm half Hispanic, but I'm kind of light-skinned, you know? And so I don't know if you count me as a white person, but like Hammer666, he said he was resisting you with guns if you did this. I know a lot of white people who are resisting you with guns. I'll be resisting you with guns if you fucking do this. And then Sargon's like, you be killing white people in the streets for this because they're resisting you. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Either you are so fucking dumb to actually think that, or you're just a lying fucking scumbag. And no, that would totally happen. But since it's not whites that are on board with your plan, it's okay. Like, you totally know it's going to cause violence in the Second Civil War, but you don't care because you're getting your white ethnostate. It's one of those two. I don't know what he is. I don't know the guy. It's the only interview I've seen him in. But I'm going to assume that he's not a fucking retard. And, well, no, I can't even assume that. I really can't. He may, like, legit be that fucking dumb. And honestly think that all white people, first of all, that minorities, he thinks most of them don't own guns, you know, so they'll just keel on over without a fight. Then he thinks he can, like, peacefully defeat any white people that resist him with guns with, like, tear gas, whatever. And it's just, this guy just has literally no idea the implications of the policies that he's advocating for. And he's a full adult. He's not like he's 12 or something. He's much older than me. Espouting these ideas that he literally has no knowledge about. He makes ignorant comments you can just look up on the internet with stats to disprove them. He says, like, most minorities don't own property. Like, do you think that all minorities are the worst stereotypes? Well, I do. That's what you do because you're a fucking racist. But he literally thinks that, like, all black people, for example, are like the worst, what you think the worst stereotype for black people, that's what he thinks they are. All the Hispanics are the worst stereotype you can think for Hispanics. So he thinks they're a bunch of freeloading, lazy people who don't actually own property. Like, have you, like, looked at business owners in the U.S.? Ton of minorities that own businesses. They own their property. They own their own housing. They own land. And he says most minorities don't own property. Like, are you fucking retarded? Oh, yeah, you are. I answered my own question. Because he says ignorant things like this. You can just look up at the click of a button and show that that's wrong. He looks at the world as a simplistic view and thinks everyone is the sum total of the stereotypes that you think about them. Every black person, every single one is like this. He says most minorities live in Section 8 or government housing. Like, he's never seen a black person who owns a house before. Like, are you fucking stupid? Yes, he is. Well, let's get to the really good part. Oh, where are we doing? At 46 minutes and 10 seconds, says he doesn't understand that he'd be killing white people. Already explained why he's so retarded as to think that every white person will be on board with what he says, and then none of them really resisting at all. But this next one is a doozer. At 47 minutes and 35 seconds, he says, what do black people contribute to society? White people do everything. That's what he says. They do everything. Excuse me. They work and create jobs. Black people don't do that. I'm sitting here just like, dude, do you just never pay attention to anything except like racist news, like racist forums or something, and then think, like, just how can you say that and not, like, be in reality at all? Black people contributing to society. All the workers you see, furthering businesses, owning businesses, improving communities. Like, he thinks that black people do none of these things. They don't work. They don't contribute to the economy. They don't, like, create things, either technology things or cultural things, or they don't, like, build buildings or anything. Like, they do none of this. He honestly asked with utmost sincerity. He was not joking or being sarcastic at all. He's like, what do black people contribute to society? Like, he honestly thinks that every single black person is just sitting in government housing, living off welfare all their lives. There are some black people who do that. Don't get me wrong. The people of every race that do that. But to think that every single black person does that, that's not only racist because you are judging people by the color of skin, assuming because he has this color of skin, he does these certain things. Not only is it racist, it's categorically wrong. You can just look up all black people's contributions to society in other cultural, economical, political, military. It's just everywhere. Like every other ethnic group, they have contributed to society. And he's like, white people do everything. We do every single productive thing in this country. They work and create jobs. Minorities don't work and don't create jobs. That's what he says. Look it up. That's what he says with utmost sincerity, not taking his word out of the context at all. Then at 48 minutes and 45 seconds, he says, black people are a useless group of people. That literally is what he says. I'm not taking his quotes out of context. Because when you read that, you're like, oh, there's no way he said that. There's no way that someone says that, like, in meaning it. There's got to be some context to justify that. It's like, no. That is what he honestly believes. They're just useless. They literally do nothing useful at all. And since he is saying it in ultimum, all you need is one black person who is not useless, and you prove his theory wrong. You find one black person who's useful, it's like, okay, well, Andrew Anglin's claim that all of them are useless is wrong. I wonder how many other black people are useful and contribute to society. I wonder why, because I know it can't be 100%, 0%. As Andrew Anglin says, so let's find out. And they will find all these productive black people in America, and it's just like, wow, he is legit wrong. And that is how you categorically prove his statements wrong. We're nearing the end here. At 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 5 seconds, he says, Somalian immigrants took over his neighborhood. That's the exact phrasing he used. We already described how his version of replacing white people or displacing white people or taking over their neighborhoods is simply them buying houses in that neighborhood. That's his version of displacement. He thinks that is the exact same thing as historically, like when the Mongols would ethnically cleanse some place in the Middle East whenever they attacked them with Genghis Khan, for example. I pulled a random history example where they took out women out to the streets, raped them, slaughtered the men, took the children as slaves, burned the crops, burned the markets. That is ethnically cleansing. That is taking over a neighborhood. The Mongols take over the city. That is taking over something. Simply white people choosing to leave a neighborhood for whatever reason, over time, less white people live there. And minorities buying the houses from the white people in a mutually beneficial transaction that both parties agree to. He thinks that is taking over the neighborhood. He is such a problem when he looks down his street and he sees people that are different than he is. It freaks him out, even if they're committing no crimes. Though they're acting just like the other white people who lived there before. They're not bothering him, they're being nice, they're obeying the law, whatever, but it's simply that their skin color is different, or that they're speaking a different language. That upsets him so much because he's a fucking racist and he's judging people by the color of their skin. And then later he says his individual rights were violated because these Somalian immigrants moved into his town, his neighborhood. It's like, okay, what rights, Andrew? What individual rights did they take away from you by simply living in the houses next to you? Of course, he never mentions what rights they are. He can't, because there are no rights. Someone moving into your house next to you and they're a minority is not taking away a single goddamn fucking individual rights of you, Andrew Anglin. You know it because you're a fucking liar. You're just making up shit to justify building your white supremacist ethnostate. That's why the vast majority of Americans hate you. Because the vast majority of Americans see your racist bullshit for what it is, because you don't even try to hide it because you're such an arrogant prick. And that's why they don't like you. That's why your brand is extremist. That's why they will never join your cause. It's like this guy has never lived with minorities or experienced them, as like build friendships, relationships with them, and just found out that they're humans just like the rest of us. No, he only thinks they are the worst stereotypes, or like some black person wronged him like 20 years ago. He thinks, oh, black person wronged me, therefore all black people can possibly do this. Like shit like that, where he is such a simplistic black and white view of the world. And that's why he's an extremist. That's why I have to call him out on his racist bullshit, so you can see the actual individual quotes that he has said that makes him a fucking racist. Racist is slinged around so much these days, and you see one little tiny little thing wrong with something that's different than you, people call you a racist. It's like, no, racist means one thing and one thing only. Judging people by the color of their skin. It doesn't mean practicing yoga or not being racist is the new racist, like how all social justice warriors use it. No, that's not what it means. It means what I just said, and that is it. That is the only definition it will ever have. And Andrew Anglin is a racist, pure and simple. He judges people by the color of their skin.